Hello and welcome back, Commanders and Commanderettes. Justy Puller here with another War Commander video. This one is on the Skirmish Officer Set Bases 1 and 2. That is the entire set. And the good news is on Officer 1, you can end attack. I'm just going to do it in one attack, but you don't have to. And if you feel like you're getting in trouble, there's no reason to take any damage. Pardon me. So just go ahead and end attack if you feel it's necessary. There's no shame in doing that. This number one base is a little bit more difficult than the number two base, but it is also easier because you can end attack. Um, so let's see here. I'm going to start out by dropping a Merc. And the reason I do that is just temporarily, I'm going to bring the Merc back in here. I just want to clear a few things out. Normally, a couple of these trucks come over here, and I was surprised that they're not coming right now. So um, I only have, if you wonder why I'm only using two ghosts, is because I only have two ghosts with the gold tech. But it works fine. It does. It works fine. You don't really need a bunch of ghosts. A bunch of ghosts would be nice, but I really don't think that it's super necessary. So, um, what I'm doing at this point is I just wanted to clear out all of the aggressive units that are coming out. And normally after the Merc dies, they will come out. They're not coming out. I don't know what's going on. It's unusual. Um, Hopefully they will. Something is stuck right now. I don't know why. They're still stuck over there. Normally after I bring the Merc out, they will come out after me. They'll probably come out after I retreat these ghosts. I like the ghosts because even though I only have one Osiris and the two ghosts, they can clear anything coming at us because they have good range, good firepower, and also they have um, they have a fast reload. So my main mission for these ghosts is to get rid of these four tanks in the front. There are four tanks coming, and I wanted to get them when they were by themselves, but it's it's not working the way it normally does. I have no idea why. This is a weird glitched base here because normally I can get those in between these guys coming, and on this one they're just coming all at the wrong time when the tank is coming. So I'll just have to get the tank instead of the other guys because I can't get the tank or the truck when they are to the far left or the far right. I have to get it in the middle. So yeah, I just sacrifice that there. Normally, uh, I can get that fourth tank a little bit easier. So now here comes all the things. I don't know why they were stuck over there. Normally they come out and I get them with my Osiris, but I'll go ahead and just clear them out with my Jaegers. That's fine. It's not the way I normally do it. Like I say, when I bring my Merc in, it does tend to bring those units over. You know, normally you can follow a pattern, but every now and then you're going to get a weird base. Maybe you want to just end attack, and get it to start over again because sometimes it will be something's not working right. But it's not that big of a deal. This number one base is very doable. I would say anybody can do this number one base without any help, um, because of the fact that even if you had to end attack 3 or 4 times, big deal. You know what I mean? Because you you need to do this base in order to get the bonus on the number two base. I'm going to show you how to do the number two base. Super easy. But remember, you can't end attack on the number two base. Put on as many boosts as you can, or you feel comfortable putting on boost. I wouldn't spend, a lot of resources on the boosts. If your clan has those two boosts to put those on, those are helpful. I just believe that in this event, all the boosts are going to be helpful because I will be honest, this is a difficult skirmish. Any skirmish that you're just going to be using infantry sort of sucks. If you guys remember, um, the last time we had to do that, it was like the most difficult skirmish we had ever done when we were using the ground infantry units. These units here are better than those units for sure, but also the base is more difficult. So um, we'll just bring these Jaegers in real quick. This is not really the units that you want to use. I just wanted to um, clear these two tanks out with the Jaegers and the Swartz. And the main unit you want to use here is going to be um, your Judicators. And then the reason I brought these Jaegers in here at the end is because I just think that they're much, much faster than the Judicators. So, well, I got the bonus on there because I had already done another number two base. I was ahead of myself. And so now we'll go back, do our repairs real quick. Should be free repair. My special ops had run out. Yeah, that makes sense. I should have had a slow mo on. That would have really helped. I was wondering what was going on there. It didn't seem normal, and my slow mo had um, terminated, and so that is not good. Um, just keep in mind, always check that. I failed to do that, so that's on me. But if you don't have slow mo on, the units are going to come at you more quickly, and they're going to do more damage. So that was a mistake on my part. Um, I wasn't paying attention to that. But for sure, yeah, slow mo will help you. Yeah, this is more than I normally take. This is like 7 minutes or something. Um, and then you take it apart and it's like just a little tiny bit of repair. So this is a little bit more damage than I normally take, and that probably is due to the slow mo running out. But it's still probably going to be free repair. Apologize for that, but um, because the number one base, um, I just feel like it's not that hard, but it's a little bit harder than the number two base to get done in one attack. But I do feel like if you end attack and like make it like two attacks, I think that the number one base is definitely easier. But to do it all in one attack, it just seems to be more difficult to get out of there with absolutely instant repair. But the number two base, even though it's bigger, a little bit more units and things, it just seems like the way it's set up, I can get in there with my judicators a lot easier. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you've got one unit repairing, you can do an instant repair on another unit as long as there's no time, as long as it's free repair. You can kind of repair two units at once. Now I'm going to go ahead and build some missile. I've got a few more seconds on that one last uh, adjudicator, and so I'll build my missiles, which I need. I need quite a few missiles for the number two base. Remember to use the corrosion missile on any tanks or um, any unit that, just think of it as a metal unit. Like, so infantry are typically not metal unless they're um, mechanized infantry. So anything that's metal, just think of it like that. You can use a corrosion um, on it, and that will reduce the amount of time that it takes to destroy that unit by about half. So the big tanks will die about twice as fast as they normally would. And then, of course, if the tank dies, it can't do any more damage to you. So it actually, by reducing the amount of time it takes to destroy the tank, you're actually reducing the amount of damage that you take. So that's how the corrosion works. And now that we've got our special ops up, that'll be a big help. And here I'll show you at the end, after this, I'll show you the levels of my units and the workshop. The workshop is pretty simple. Anything anti-vehicle. So the bronze and the silver tech I always use um, 20% more damage to vehicles and 20% less damage from vehicles. So that's the silver and the bronze on all of them. I don't know if you've noticed, but all of the tech is the same now. All of the bronze and the silver tech are the same. The gold techs are different. I checked that out, and all of the gold techs are different. Some of them they add range, some of them they add splash, some of them they add, multiple things. But they're all, the gold techs are specific to the unit. And if you don't have the gold techs, then the units seem to me to be useless. And they know that. They made the gold tech to be the best, and they also made the gold tech difficult to get. For example, for some reason, this is the event that we get the gold tech in. This is the event where I get my gold tech. And they do not have gold tech for judicators. They do not have gold tech for uh, ghosts. They do not have gold tech for um, Jaegers, which I thought was really, really cheap of them, really greedy and cheesy of them, because this is where we get our gold tech. So now I guess that they're going to make us try to buy the gold tech in the normal event, which is upcoming. This game to me is becoming, they are so greedy for money, and they do make hundreds of millions of dollars. So they are so greedy for money that I am just about sick of it. It takes the fun out of the game. This is a game, and it's supposed to be fun. If it's not fun, if it's a job, then why do it? I wanted to tell you guys one other thing, though. This event is difficult, as I said, but whenever there is an event that is seemingly more difficult, um, sometimes, and it's not always this way. I remember there was one event where we got a crap unit and they made the event very difficult. But most of the time, when it is a super difficult unit to get, it's because it's a very good unit and it's worth it. So I don't know that much about this guy. If he's going to be good, he's in. I'm building him. I'll have him in 4 days. I got him already. Um, right now, I'm just going for the training tokens for him. So um, we'll see how it goes. But typically, when they make an event super difficult, and time wise on this, just everything just seems to be difficult on this one. And the fact that they didn't give us the gold tech, which I could have used. If I had the gold tech, I could bring more ghosts in, for instance. But because I only have two gold tech for my ghosts, I thought that the units were terrible. And so I just didn't get any gold tech for them. I got two gold tech, but I thought at the time I was using them and the Jaegers were better. But now I think that the ghosts are better. Now that I've got them up in level and now that the workshop is on them, they appear to be um, better because of if you read, you got to do a lot of reading on them and check out things. But I think that based upon their damage per second and based upon their fire rate and based upon their range, I think that they are the best out of the three units. Mine are not max level. They're level. My ghosts are level 19. My Jaegers are level 20. And these judicators that I'm using are level 12. Now, the judicators seem to have more damage mitigation than the others. So maybe the judicators are the better unit. But as far as firepower and speed, those ghosts are the best. Those ghosts can really shoot and they can shoot farther than anything, and they because of the range bonus that they get, and also their fire rate I think is the best. They are powerful. Their damage per second is really good. um, and like I said, mine aren't even level 20 yet, and these judicators here are level 12. What else? So I like to come in from the left, and then I come back in and go over to the right, and I want to clear the left first, and then I want to clear the right of the base. And once the left and the right is clear, the only thing that's left is that tank in the middle. Um, and so I just feel like that's better because these units like to target other things, and you don't want them targeting other things when you're shooting the tanks. Honestly, probably the tank in the middle. The best units to get him are probably going to be the ghosts. But because I'm already here, I just usually use these judicators with what is the hero's name here? Hmm, can't think of it. For the Osiris, it's the ghost. Swartz is for the Jaegers, and this one here. Oh, Devora. This is Devora. And Devora never even seems to ever take any damage. I don't think I've ever gotten damage on Devora, so I don't know if she has like more damage mitigation or if she's just slower. She does seem to move slower, but I think these units, if they weren't so slow, would be pretty good. But they are extremely slow. Um, So yeah, I want to kill all of the bunkers and towers and everything, and this base just has the 4 that I'm aware of. And now we'll go for the tank. And usually what I do is I try to clear anything that's capable of shooting, and then I'll retreat and bring in faster units because these guys walk so slow that even though I lose a bit of time retreating them, I do believe it's faster to retreat them and bring in faster moving units because these guys like crawl. They're so like it's like crawl like a baby. You know, they're so look how slow they are, and that is one of the worst things about them. These guys move about twice as fast, but they're not real fast either. But they do move like twice as fast. So yeah, the base is dead. We're just clearing it. We should have. You can take your time here. I mean, you probably have 5 or 6 minutes on this base when you're done with it. So I've never even come close to running out of time. Um, so I don't think that that's going to be a problem. I don't have max level units, and I don't have all of the workshop that I'd like to have. Every unit that I'm using does have the gold tech on it, and I do not have a full set of adjudicators. I think I have um, 6 adjudicators and 1 Devora. You'll see here when I do my repairs how many units I have, but I think I have 6 adjudicators. I have a lot more, and I also have more gold tech, but my stuff has been busy because I've been upgrading my academy and I've been upgrading my barracks. And so I think I did just finish my academy, and so now I'm working on my barracks. So I haven't been able to build what I need, and so I'm limited in what units I have. Kind of this event caught me by surprise. I sort of forgot that we were going to be moving into the infantry. I was hoping we had one more of the aircraft rounds, but we don't, and we're into the infantry for three times. This time, and then next month, and then the following month will be infantry. And then it'll move back into ground. And this is probably going to be our first ground unit, this guy that we got. So, the sad part is that these units that we're using on this skirmish, we don't really use them anywhere. Like the Jaeger, the Ghost, and the Judicator, some of them I don't even think fit in the bunkers. So, but yeah, you use them in the bunkers, but they're decent, but they're not great. And I don't know. I mean, we don't. You're not going to use them in player versus player. You're not going to use them in events. You're not going to use them on rogue bases. There's just no use for them. And so you go through this whole process of upgrading them just for the skirmish event. And that part sucks. So I'll show you the workshop that I have. There's no choice for the gold tech, but I'm just showing you that. And then you have a choice here of either vehicle or infantry. I always choose vehicle. Now, if you had a specific base that had a lot of infantry, you could switch that and put on the 20% more damage to infantry and 20% less damage from infantry. But most of the bases are a mix of infantry and tanks, so the vehicles are the ones that cause more damage. So that's why I 99% of the time would use um, that workshop. Same exact silver and bronze tech on this one. The gold tech is a little bit different. And that's the workshop. And I guess I'll show you this also. I'm using not the piercing rounds, but um, the split rounds. I think they're called. I can't remember what they're called. Um, but anyway, guys, hope that was helpful. That is the 1 and 2 officer base.